Have you ever wondered what it would be like to teach a machine not just to sing, but to sing with real human feeling? I mean, to really capture all those tiny little shifts in sound that make a voice, well, human. It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but believe it or not, it is happening right now. Today, we're going to unpack how AI is making the leap from just hitting the right notes to crafting entire pop hits from scratch.
So that really brings us to the core question, right? How on earth can a computer learn to sing with the kind of nuance and emotion that we've always thought was uniquely ours? Well, the answer is this incredible journey that starts, funnily enough, not with computer code, but with human biology.
All right, let's dive right in. To really get how an AI can sing, we first have to take a quick look at how we speak and sing. It all boils down to the absolute most basic, fundamental building blocks of sound. And that building block has a name. It's called a phoneme. It's the tiniest possible unit of sound that actually changes the meaning of a word. Just think about it. The words tap, tab, and tan. What's the only difference? That last little sound, the P, the B, and the N. Each one of those is a phoneme. They are literally the Lego bricks of every language we speak. Okay, so if phonemes are the Lego bricks, the really exciting part is how these brand new AI tools are giving creators direct, hands-on control over every single brick. It's like they're becoming vocal sculptors, shaping sound at its most fundamental level. It's pretty wild. A fantastic example of this in action is a program called Ace Studio. It's built from the ground up to create these super expressive AI vocals. So you're not just editing a final recording anymore. Nope. You're actually getting in there and manipulating the very linguistic DNA that makes up the words themselves. And the process is surprisingly easy. You just start by typing in your lyrics. The software then immediately breaks those words down into all their little phonemes, and you can see them and edit them right there on the screen. This means you can stretch out a consonant here, shorten a vowel there. You can fine-tune the exact sound until you get the absolute perfect performance. So we've got our building blocks, right? The phonemes. But how do you take a pile of Legos and build a castle? Or in this case, how do you organize these sounds into those songs we just can't get out of our heads? Let's talk structure. First off, there's a huge difference between how we talk and how we sing. Our everyday conversations are kind of like prose. They just flow. But music, and especially pop music, is all about verse. It's carefully structured with a specific rhythm and form. And that structure, that's the blueprint for a catchy song. In fact, modern music has a pretty common formula, almost like a recipe. A lot of pop songs follow this really effective pattern. You have an intro to set the mood, a couple of verses to tell the story, a big chorus to deliver the main idea, and an outro to wrap it all up. It's a tried and true recipe for making something that sticks in your brain. And of all those parts, the chorus is the absolute heart of the song. No question. It's the part you hear over and over again. It's got the most emotional energy, and most importantly, it has the hook. That's that one catchy musical phrase or line that you find yourself humming hours later. You know the one. So now that we have these powerful tools and we understand the structures, you can see how AI isn't just stuck making one type of music. It's actually being used to create stuff across a really wide and honestly surprising musical spectrum. And I mean, this spectrum is wide. On one end, you've got something really complex, like a classical art song, a single voice and a piano. Then, in the middle, you have the good old pop song with its verse-chorus structure that we all know. But now, way over on the other end, we've got this new thing, the viral clip, short, punchy, and made to be remixed and shared like crazy. A really amazing example of a viral clip is this song, Meichukashi. You won't believe this, but it actually came from a Taiwanese lawmaker's frustrated comments in a government meeting. A musician took those remarks, remixed them into a song, and the title, which means good for nothing or no future, it just resonated so deeply with people feeling economic stress that it completely blew up online. Okay, so we can edit vocals down to the tiniest sound. We can structure songs using AI, so what's the next logical leap? Well, it's taking the musician out of the driver's seat entirely and generating complete, finished songs from nothing more than a simple text prompt. And for that, we have to talk about Suno. This thing is a total game changer. It's a text-to-music AI. You don't feed it lyrics or melodies, you just give it a prompt, something like a soulful blues song about a rainy day in Chicago. And poof, it generates a complete, totally original song. We're talking vocals, instruments, the whole shebang. Suno's deep learning models have been trained on just an insane amount of music, so they're basically simulating the entire creative songwriting process. But, and this is a big but, it has its limits. For now, it spits out a single mixed audio file. That means you can't go in and say, hey, turn up the bass, or let's lower the vocals a bit. What you get is the final product, like a snapshot of the AI's creative moment.
And that, of course, brings us to the final and maybe the most important question of all. As these tools get more and more powerful, moving from being just an assistant to being the actual creator, what does that mean for human artists? I mean, really, when an AI can write the lyrics, compose the music, and sing the song, what is our role in this incredible new future?